It was a sunny day when I decided to get out of bed and then wake up. The sun isn't something I'm used to seeing, so don't mind my stare. I magically appeared behind my gaming chair and I decided I wanted to be traumatized. So, with the help of the internet alongside some suggestions from my Discord server and intense keyboard smashing, I came across The Windows Are Gone, a free Steam game released on the 2nd of October 2023. The game plays about a man haunted by grief and guilt after a tragic incident, which leads to a house appearing in the man's dreams and even calling to him, better described as wife die, buy home, leak, sad man. Wise words, guys, amazing stuff. Wise words. We play as that so-called person, and today we'll be trying to figure out the truth of The Windows Are Gone. Now, before we go anywhere, I do want to add a warning that this video and the game include a brief scene that depicts suicide, also discussion about that so-called scene, so viewer discretion is advised. Another thing to mention is that I really heavily suggest you check out the game for yourself. It was a fantastic horror game that didn't really rely on jump scares but pure tension. It's free, and it should take about 40 to 60 minutes of your time, so check it out. But in order for me to even start getting to the story behind it all, I need to experience the game myself to see what it's about. So let's go over the game quickly and I will try to summarize the gameplay as best as I can, but do enjoy watching me shit myself. The game starts with an introduction about how the character sees a house in his dreams that calls to him right after an accident. He answers the call and moves to the house in Mariana. A cool truck shot with the name of the game is shown to us as we head to the gameplay of our character. Actually, let's give our character a name, something like Dude. Yeah, Dude's a good name. Dude exchanges text with his mom about the accident and the new house he's moving to, which is the majority of texting that happens in this game. We start off by unloading the boxes from the truck and getting comfortable in our new home, but while doing that, I get thoroughly reminded that this is a horror game.
Okay, so we have a box. Okay, I skipped a. Who are you? Hello? Who the f is you?
Why is he looking at me like that? So to not drag this conversation on for the next 25 minutes, I'll just sum it up. Hey, I'm your new not-so-neighbory neighbor. I also broke into your kitchen to give you some food. It's not laced, trust me. Also, I know your house, you do too, and don't ask how I got here so fast. What? Eat the food. Our dude goes in and tastes the food. And when returning, the not-so-neighbory neighbor is gone.
Ooh, her face follows me. So come in the house, okay? I'm not sure if I should eat it, but this smell is irresistible. Of course she's gone.
She leaves us a message that states, "Welcome home," while also not leaving a single trace behind. My theory here is that she flew away with her wig. Anyways, Dude is exhausted from the trip, so he goes and takes a nap. As he lays down on this probably piss-stained bed, we're informed that Dude isn't having any more dreams about the house, since he's here now. But he is having dreams that some may consider acid trips. To put it in perspective, he dreams about driving his pregnant wife to the hospital due to her water breaking. Just kidding, she's dead and Dude is driving through the 10th circle of hell.
What has happened? What the fuck?
We wake up to the noise of dripping water that leads us to one of the 4 horsemen of horror media, the basement, where Dude just acknowledges that there is a leak in the ceiling and then goes back to bed.
Leak in the ceiling, I guess that's what I get for buying an old house. But I'll see you tomorrow. Just can't be bothered right now. Gotta go back to bed. Do you?
No nightmare this time around, besides the possibilities of what he's sleeping on. With a new day around, Dude's dad also begins texting him, and as we're in the middle of the conversation, I decide to take a look at the tapes that don't belong to me and could contain life-scarring footage for all I know. Sadly, the tapes are described to us in text, but in short, tape number 1 talks about a family that happily lived in the same house that we are in currently. But Dude has a feeling of unease, as he believes that the happiness is a deceptive lure trying to hide something behind the smile. The tape ends with a kid tripping, "Let's go!" and the father's fake smile fading as he goes to turn the camera off, giving a sense of eeriness as if he caught us prying on his personal life. After that awful tape about a happy family, we as Dude continue unpacking, where out of nowhere he starts questioning what's even happening. He feels as if he didn't have a choice moving into this house, like he was forced here.
Bringing the boxes, I couldn't help but repeatedly ask myself what I was actually doing here.
But he accepts it and we finish unpacking, also getting started on decorating. I fucking suck at this, what am I doing? Excusing myself out of ruining the house more than it already is, I remember a second tape I saw when I was down in the basement, and I need to really see or read what is on it. The second tape talks about the father of the family we saw in tape number 1. The father is standing in the basement holding a tool with the camera pointing towards him. He tries to describe a feeling that has taken over him, one he can't comprehend. While doing so, he mentions a sense of a terrible event that will happen to his family and will be caused by him, leading the father to break out in tears, dropping his tool and covering his mouth in the process so no one notices him. Dude feels as if the father is communicating with him throughout the tape, but questions are brought up like, why is the father not trying to prevent that terrible event from happening? Why is he recording the tape? What's the point of these tapes and where does this fucking fan go?
Definitely somewhere like this. Hold up, man. I'm fanning around.
Okay, maybe he didn't ask the last one, but it's for sure what he should have asked. We get more same fashion messages from Dude's brother-in-law and a ring on the doorbell. If it's the same neighbor, I will give a restraining order.
Eh. Can you stop with the eerie music? What the fuck just happened? TV turned itself on and I can just about make out a sound over the static. That's someone crying? Did the door just open? Nope. See you guys, moving to a new house.
Now, for a bit more context, when going on a second playthrough, the door to that room is locked up until this point, and the items inside the box are all Jessica's. Continuing from there, Dude gets messaged by his car insurance, having us know that even though his wife and unborn child are both dead, his car is also a total loss. By the way, do you remember the leak in the basement? It has now evolved into a pile of shit. That will for sure have a role towards the end of the game, so keep the pile of shit in your mind, I guess. Dude can't even look at it since it makes him feel sick, but at the same time he knows he has to take care of it. Because who wants a pile of shit in their basement? Thankfully, I leave the basement, but all of a sudden, the entire house is filled with scary ambience, which, being completely honest, had me thinking there was a boogeyman in the master bedroom. I'm not kidding when I say this game had me feeling like there were bugs under my skin. That lasted up until Dude received a message from an unknown number.
You. Hello? Random ass number. Me, apparently.
A little secret can be discovered here since the box in the first floor office contains a functioning phone, and dialing the random number in it gives us random screams of pain, which is like music to my ears. Slowly thinking I'm losing my mind, I take another look at the first floor and realize something's missing.
Is my door gone? Wait. Where's the goddamn door? What? Excuse me? I can damn well remember going outside and having a truck there.
The windows are also gone, but I guess my brain didn't process that even though it's the title of the game. I also missed tape number 3 on the kitchen table, which I checked out on my second playthrough, and the tape starts off like the others. The father. This time around though, he is hovering in darkness, surrounded by red streaks that stretch out. They emerge from above and disappear beneath him. Watching the tape suffocates dude with the same feeling that the father is experiencing in the tape. The father is calling for help for his family, but they don't seem to be there anymore, which the father blames himself for. Throughout this agonizing watch, dude constantly shares the pain and feelings of the father like it's a sort of self-reflection. Anyways, continuing my boogeyman search, I return to the basement, which I should have known was a bad idea.
Oh, fuck. Oh, god damn it. Hey?
Oi, what is next stream?
I don't know. I gotta figure out what's happening here.
Dude now starting to experience a very unusual vision, he enters a space where we are approached by Jessica. But is this really Jessica? Jessica or not, we'll leave whatever that was, but we don't seem to be in the house anymore. At least not the one we were in earlier.
It's your fault. Such a disappointment. What the fuck, Mom?
The space around us is completely different and we don't seem to be alone anymore.
The stairs are missing. Whoa, man. You okay? Whoa! Oh, I didn't even notice that. What the fuck? Oh my god.
Can't wait to get a wife so she can run on all fours across the ceiling while I get to watch the 4th tape.
Oh. You want me to play the tape? I'll play it. You wanna play it? Tickle, tickle. You wanna play it? Sorry.
Which is a completely distorted video that gives dude absolute fears, but at the same time, a feeling of beauty. The father is completely distorted in the video to the point where dude can't even recognize him. He can feel his pain and relate to the father as a moment of stillness ensues where the father recognizes dude. He can see him and the father's torment is now reaching beyond the confines of the tape. It cuts off, leaving dude grasping for breath, the tape also leaving him to confront his own demons within. Going forward, we reach a woman sitting on a chair, but that's not any woman. It's Jessica. Jessica and dude talk about the usual things, you know, their baby, Jessica's pictures, how Jessica wants to tear her face off in a wonderful way, the normal. She hears the baby crying and goes to check on her. Well, she kinda just sits there watching a wall, but you'll be absolutely astonished to see where she went to take care of her baby. I'll let you see that for yourself.
That's a baby, yeah? Oh, get out of here, man.
We're asked to join in the shit pile by dude's wife to take care of our baby, and here are our two choices. As dude, we can either let our family go, or we can join them. Now, the good ending is where we let them go. We return to the house where everything is back to normal, even my god-awfully decorated kitchen, but we're free. As I open the door, we reach the end where it finishes off with some shots that include 4 sentences. Ever since the accident, guilt has haunted me, so I built a labyrinth and found my way out. The credits roll and that's the end. But the bad ending is still around the corner, and this is where that warning from the start of the video comes in. In this ending, dude decides to join his family and literally follow in his wife's footsteps. The sentences this time around go the same except for the last one. Ever since the accident, guilt has haunted me, so I built a labyrinth where I allowed myself to be lost. And as the final sentence shows itself, so do we learn that dude took his own life. With that, we have both endings, and we also have a puzzle to put together, so let's get to it. Here, I'll be pointing out the major parts of the story that led me to my conclusion. Starting off is with the accident. A car accident where dude lost his wife and unborn child while trying to get them to the hospital. Double kill. He, on the other hand, seemed physically unharmed, and after that event, began dreaming of a house that called to him. After some time, he finally answered that call and moved in. When arriving there, dude unpacked, got comfortable in his home, and everything seemed fine until the neighbor flew in with her wig. Dude also had a nightmare where he relived the accident in a depiction that really focused on the horrors of the event. A road shown like it's in hell, a loving moment where dude is assuring his wife of her safety, followed by a brutal sight of her ketchup-stained shirt. The house also offers 4 tapes that summarize how a father did something horrible to his family, which followed many moments that represent his pain, suffering, and grief that were a self-reflection for dude. Another major thing to mention is the locked room. Once the room is opened to dude, it contains a box filled with Jessica's belongings, such as a gift, Jessica's paintings, and a baby photo album. And when heading towards the final act of the game, our surroundings turn dark and eerie, with dude's wife creepy crawling on the walls, giving off only the most calming and loving of sounds. Also talking about seeing God and, according to her, feeding the baby, prompting dude to join alongside in what looks to be a not so fun activity. But the ending is where it all really clicked for me. Dude isn't in a haunted house or being sent through a weird trial of sorts or anything paranormal. He didn't leave the car accident unharmed. A heavy blow was dealt to his mental health. A hit strong enough to cause a sort of PTSD or something like it. The calling of the house to him is just his consciousness wanting to start fresh, to move on. But he couldn't. Even when at the house, that not-so-neighbory neighbor, she probably isn't even real. Besides the obvious creepiness and that wig, you know that food she left on the kitchen counter? If the good ending is chosen, it doesn't seem to be there anymore. Then there's the nightmare that occurs, which doesn't show anything else than the horrible parts of the event, pointing towards self-blame and grief, like it was all caused by him. The self-blame is also shown in the text with his brother-in-law. Even after being told he isn't to be blamed, a right doesn't seem like an answer that agrees fully. Now, going by the tapes, dude never really mentions how the father or family looks, but what he mentions is how he can feel the father's pain, how it's like a self-reflection, how the tape reaches out to him to a physical and personal level. We also started receiving texts from dude's own mom that blame him for the accident and these constant reminders of Jessica, like the items in the locked room. And the vision where Jessica slowly approaches dude and turns around, as if judging him. All of that is just the self-grief being projected in forms to make dude feel like even his dead wife is blaming him. All of that leads dude to not let his family go, holding on dearly. accepting the grief and sorrow to eat him up, having him end his own life, or as the final sentence of this ending reads, he allows himself to be lost. At least for the bad ending. For the good ending, he lets his family go. He gets over the event and finds his way out of the maze he made with his own grief. He confronts his trauma, wins the battle, and doesn't end up going for a dive in the pool of caca. In the end, everything that happened to him was just a huge illusion, caused by the toll the car accident took on him. All just feelings of grief and self-blame. And that's my take on The Windows Are Gone. Would you agree with my conclusion or not? Let me know down in the comments below. Again, please do subscribe, like, and share. Also check me out on my Twitch while I'm live, where I go over games like this, ARGs, and much more. But without wasting any more of your time, I hope you have a great, and I mean great, rest of your day.